At IFX, we understand that every trader has unique needs and unique trading strategies. That's why we have a selection of accounts that can service a selection of needs. The account types range from IFX Standard, IFX Premium, IFX VIP, IFX Cent, IFX Islamic accounts, as well as IFX Raw account. Regardless of the account types, all IFX clients have access to a range of trading instruments that's available on the MT4 and the MT5 platform. Whether you trade Forex, commodities, or any other financial instruments, IFX got you covered. With trade sizes ranging from 0.01 to 100 lot sizes, each client can come and trade comfortably with their preferred lot sizes. In addition to these diverse account types, IFX also offers demo accounts, which will allow traders to implement their strategy, learn more about risk to reward, and manage their risk according to their preference before switching over to a live account. Use the link in my description, open an account, and navigate the seas of opportunities with IFX. These are two robots by Beardedfx. It has been running for the past 2 weeks. Let's check the results to see what it has been doing so far. 2 disclaimers before we start. Number 1, I did not pay for this bot and I did not pay for the deposit. If I did, that would have skewed my bias into that of the consumer and I wouldn't have been able to give an unbiased review. Secondly, this is not a sales pitch, this is not a product suggestion, and this is most definitely not something that I'm promoting. This is just a review. We are here to see if the product does what the product seller says it does. With that said, let's start the second week update. As I've said by now, this bot has been running for this past 2 weeks. We ended off week 1 in a negative, and where we are right now, we are supposed to be in break even, actually in a little bit extra profits, but that mistake lies totally on me. So after the first review came out, the Beardedfx team decided to go back to the drawing board to see where they can fix some things and where they can chop and change some things to accommodate the critique a little bit more, and they made a new version of this robot which we have installed. But I need to show you guys how the account history looks so far so that we can get a grip on that. So here we are in the account history, and as you guys can see, a whole lot has happened, a whole lot of trades has been taken, and I just want to give you guys an update on that. So as you guys can see, we have started off with a balance of $1,000, and currently we are sitting with a balance of $953.96. Now I'm gonna get to explaining very shortly how that loss is my fault, but let's just go through the account history so that you guys can understand what happened. So obviously you see here's a loss, here's a win, here's a loss with some swap, here's another loss, and this is the loss that is actually my fault. But let's continue. Here's another loss, a win, another loss, and the biggest win of the account so far. Now how this loss came about was, like I told you guys previously in the intro, that a new version of this robot has come out based on the critique that we gave the Beardedfx team. Unfortunately, I didn't get to my phone quick enough to see that I was sent a newer version of this robot, and later in this day, the bot actually took this trade and it took a $48 loss. Now that is a lot compared to all of the previous losses that we've seen. It's actually double this, double the biggest loss that we have seen on the account so far. But I fully take that on me. As you guys can see, this trade was entered 3 o'clock and the update of the newer bot was sent to me by 12 o'clock already. Now at 12, load shedding hit, and we went to go fetch our children at crash earlier. Somehow my daughter got the phone in the hands and she shoved it in, not obviously shoved it with intention, but she played with the phone and the phone ended up in between the crevices of the couch, and I only got it like 2 o'clock the next morning after continuously phoning it. The other thing that I really did want to talk about is the risk when this thing opens trades, and I think that could add a little bit more context as to what the Beardedfx team did with the critique that I gave them. If you guys can remember, in the previous review that I have made, I very firmly stated that the stop loss is too short and the trade isn't given any room to breathe. Now luckily this past week I caught the robot taking a trade, and this is the screenshot that I took here. Now this is really important to us because this shows that the hunch that I had was correct. The trade wasn't given enough room to breathe. Therefore, we see more losses than there should be. Now, like I told you guys, the Beardedfx team, they made adjustments to the one bot only, the Text 900 bot, and the Text 600 bot they are gonna leave as is because the risk there is tricky enough. So when it comes to the Text 900 bot, they made some changes and they've extended the stop loss a little bit just to give the trade that extra room to breathe. My conclusion on this week's review would be that I'm really keen to see what this newer version of this robot is gonna do. I'm really keen to see if our critique will be helpful to the Beardedfx team in any way, because if it is helpful to them, it ultimately boils down to being more profitable for their clients. It's my son's first birthday today, and as you guys know, as parents, we need to make investments that will positively impact our children's future. And if someone have to ask me today if I will buy this thing to make a positive impact on my child's future, I would say not yet. The robot still has a long way to go before it will impress me to be able to make a decision as big as that. I'm keen to see what this future week is gonna look like, seeing that we have a new version of the bot, and I'm keen to see if this bot will change my perception. Up until that happens, I'm gonna need you guys to keep your eyes to this channel for more reviews. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.